Hi guys, and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Rika.
And Big Boy Summer here, bringing you episode 8 of Platinum N.
So we found out that Revel didn't actually know why Saki wanted to kill herself, which I thought was really weird because Nase said that she had been watching Mirai for his whole life. So I actually thought that a lot of the angels might have had similar experiences with the people that they picked, but it seems like that's not the case. Like, you can just pick a random person. Like, I thought that the first angel picked that comedian on purpose because he wanted out of it from the beginning, so he just picked some trash. So I thought he knew the dude was trash, but some of these people don't even know anything about the candidates that they picked. How odd.
It's not important to the angels. This is a contest of humans turning into their new master. Do you get what I mean? They don't care. It's just a different master. They're still going to do what they have to do. So some of them probably care about their candidates, but it's completely irrelevant in terms of the actual god candidacy and the choosing of a god. And some of them, like the first guy, just wanted out because he thought it was stupid. So it might be a case where, because they don't care, they're just doing whatever they have to do to go through it. Just going through the motions, basically.
But what I thought is that the angels would have some kind of self-interest. Okay, so maybe they don't care about the candidates. I don't expect them to care about the candidates, but I do expect them to sort of care about themselves. You are picking your new master, basically. And they just told us that the promotion and demotion, there's no rules to it. There's no way that you can sort of do it. It's solely based on the whim. This is their words. The whims of the god. So if you want to sort of have a good life, wouldn't you want your master to be like good for you? Do you get what I mean? Like, they don't even care about that.
Yeah, but I get that. But what I'm saying is that their whole existence has been in servitude, or let's call it what it is, slavery. That's what their whole existence is. They know no better and they can't fathom something else. So as far as they're concerned, wouldn't it be sensible to go through the motions, hurry up and get the next thing going so that they can just carry on existing? It's not like a case where they have autonomy anyway. They don't. It's like the God of the Bible.
So, we had an extremely Saki-heavy episode this week.
I wish we didn't.
And I've got lots of things to say about it. So, it was all over the map. For me, I thought that she was going to have some kind of tragic backstory, and we didn't even get that. Seems like her life has been completely fine. She would rather let her friend think that Mirai was following her around without permission when she knows that she asked him for protection. Then she turns around saying she wanted to be forgiven and she feels so sorry because she was also included in the bullying of Mirai, and that she followed Mirai when he left school because she wanted to apologize. Now, I'm calling bull.
100% bullshit.
Because I don't know if you guys remember episode 1, but Mirai did not leave school and straight away jumped from the top of the tower, yet she watched him jump. Mirai went to a convenience store.
Could have stopped him at the entrance.
He contemplated stealing. He chose not to steal. He then went to the top of the building, stood there for a while, and then he finally jumped. So if you wanted to apologize, you had so much opportunity. Why did you have to wait until the end of middle school? Your apology is a fake. And it's a fake because if someone is sorry, they will say sorry. But you waited for the end of school. So what that tells me is that you didn't want to be involved in the bullying. You didn't want anyone to turn on you. So you allowed him to suffer the whole way through. Now, fair enough, if that's the case, if that's what you want to do, then loads of people do that in life. Just be about it. Why are you sitting here lying, saying like, oh, I was so sorry? And if you were still sorry, then how comes today in the present, when your friend says, oh, he's such a creep, what a stalker, he's following you around, you came up with some lying ass excuse and still didn't say that you asked for his protection? When you came up with your lie and said like, oh, boys were bothering me, you could have said, since then I was really worried and I asked him if he could look out for me. But no, you still made him look like this weird jerk. So where is your sorry? I don't, sorry is not a word. It should be actions. Yes, you say the word because people want to hear it, but then you have your actions that back it up afterwards.
To further your point, the first thing we saw Saki do was what?
She hit him with a red arrow in the back.
Where was your sorry then?
In the back.
Where was your sorry then? Fam, you're a liar. You didn't know who you were. You finally understood what you're about and what kind of thing you're about slightly. And so you got a little bit of a pep in your step. I'm still not convinced. I'm waiting for you to F up and I can see it coming. And it's going to be Rachel and the Tower of God all over again. And I'm going to be upset. But now I can see it coming. I'm guarded.
Nase was the MVP of the entire episode. She is so Team Mirai, and I really like her for that.
Best
I like
girl,
her
Nase.
character
I swear down.
in general. Like, she's just not having it. She just said to her, look, if you want to die, do it quickly, because right now Mirai's wings are out and you're putting him at risk. And that's exactly what I was thinking at the time. Like, you're risking his life to do this stupid acting thing, and none of it looked real at all. I'm glad that Mirai just didn't say anything and was like, do you know what? Okay then, let's just drop you from this height and let's see what's happening. Let's see what you're actually saying. Because at the end of the day, if you really wanted to die so much, when you were in the stadium and that little girl was begging for anyone to just help her, why didn't you get up? No, instead of you getting up, you said to Mirai, please stop this. Constantly putting his life at risk, put your own at risk. If you really was about it, if you really didn't care if you lived or died, you could have at least tried to save someone on your way out.
Look, she didn't understand anything about Mirai except for the fact that he showed her kindness when he was a kid. Mirai went through hell and then got bullied for it, and then now you want to say sorry. It's ridiculous. You shouldn't have done that. But what I want to know is, you saw someone who's been bullied their whole life jump off a building and then you stabbed him in the back. Do you get what I mean? Like, listen to that. You saw him jump off the building, whether it's because of your bullying or not, because he had a lot going on, let's be honest. You contributed, because the bullying did obviously contribute. Then you stabbed him in the back. Then you wait until now.
Wait. She's so sorry that she wants to die herself. And then she stabs him in the back. Then she tells him to risk his life. Also,
he has confessed how much he loves you. Then you tell him to come sleep with me.
Oh my god, I know.
Tell him, the guy who can't even kill someone who is his enemy, to murder the one object of affection he had. Are you fucking nuts, man? Have you lost your fucking mentals? What's going on?
Now, when this episode started, I knew it was going to be Saki heavy, and I was expecting to see her backstory and to sort of feel for her in some kind of way. And this just makes me hate her more.
She is one of the worst. And like, look, her life is not easy. She fell under peer pressure and has buyer's remorse. It's either you're loyal or you're not. I'm sorry, I come from ends. It's either you back your guys or you don't. And if you don't, there's consequences. And if you do, there's consequences. You pick your consequence. That's it. She chose the other, so she should feel that guilt. Her coming up and telling him in the first place was a sign of utter weakness. I don't believe in telling people that you're sorry for being disloyal to them. As Ruka said, apologies are actions. You change the way you are and you keep that guilt as your penance for doing the effed up thing in the first place. That's just my opinion.
I don't believe in her character. She's the weakest character. Everyone else, I can believe in them, but with hers, I think because the reasoning behind it is just so weak.
Yeah.
And her reason for dying is also so weak.
Very weak.
Like, everything is just, all of it just feels really weak, which is surprising because every other character is so elevated. Even when you go to a side character such as Metropoliman's friend, He
put 2 and 2 together, just like
that. Right. Like, even the girl A from last week, all of the characters are really built up, but this week I feel like maybe she's still not being fully truthful.
Yeah, she's not.
Or maybe they just couldn't be bothered that much with the character because they've done so much with everybody else and they just didn't need to do so much with her.
I can't in good faith and good conscience say that they couldn't be bothered with this character because of how much work they've done around everyone else. What I can probably see or say, and this is me literally reaching, I'm proper reaching and clutching here. They have probably decided to dumb down her characterization in order to have a meta-analysis onwards to realize that she's not all that, she's not special, but she's special to him. And not even to the audience watching it can she be special. She can only be special to him because of who he is. But as I said, I'm reaching, like, I'm literally clutching here. This is me trying to make something believable. I tried to make it make sense.
Mukaido.
I can't do it. I can't do Mukaido right now. I'm still welling up because, that was deep.
Now, through the whole anime, they've been doing these little tiny snapshots of showing him at home.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed watching it, but it hasn't been until this episode when I was really like, wow, these little snapshots were building up to this moment. And the moment was so small, but it was so impactful. It was a lot. Mukaido was going through it, and I really didn't realise how much he was going through it, and I think that they've actually done this on purpose.
Yeah.
Because people who are going through a lot of things, a lot of the times their friends won't know, their family won't know.
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing with in general as well. A lot of the times the people that are around them will be asking themselves, why would they do this? Why didn't they speak to me? Why didn't they tell me? What could I have done? You know, like, this anime seems to really care about its subject matter. They actually seem to have a relationship with Suzuki, or just how people work on the inside.
Yeah.
He's going through so much and nobody knows. He's dying of cancer. He's fighting this crazed lunatic.
Godlike.
Right.
Let's be honest. This is a fight.
All he wants is for his wife and his children to be okay. He knows he might not even meet his second child.
Oh my God.
He's not going to see his daughter grow up. He's literally made her a wedding dress. And now his daughter's asking him questions saying like, oh, Dad, you're so silly. Like, I can't fit into that. Why can't you just wait for a little bit? And she doesn't know what's going on. And he has to
put on this brave face.
Right.
In front of his child, knowing full well the world's about to collapse in her. Oh my days.
And then he just goes into the room and he just breaks down because he can't break down in front of anyone else. And even the shot of his wife with her back to them, crying and stifling the sounds because she can't let her daughter hear either. It was so emotional. It was so emotional. They did it so perfectly, so realistically. It was a lot. Like, it was so much.
This was brilliant writing at its finest. It was brilliant. And yeah, well done. Like, well done, guys. You smashed it. Well done.
And the way that he's pushing Mirai so hard makes so much more sense. He is actually trying to make the world a better place because, in all honesty, he knows he's going to die. He already sorted out the money for his family. There's not really much else that he sort of needs to do. No. Yeah? He said he doesn't want to be God either. He is fighting so hard for so many people. And even Nase was like, oh, you're so energetic today. And he was like, yeah, it's like I've got less cancer cells each day. And it's clearly not the truth. He is holding on so desperately. He's a really good guy.
Mukaido for God candidacy. I'm calling it.
I hope he wins.
So do I. On that note, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Let us know what you think about the episode and what you think about that new God candidate we saw at the end of this episode. Seems like we've got another crazy on our hands.
Well, let's see if them two get to fight, him and Metropolitan. That would be fun. If you made it this far, we really appreciate it.
Peace.